It's been over a week since Hurricane Melissa's landfall in Jamaica, and the scene there is obviously gut-wrenching still, but help is pouring in. Global Empowerment Mission, or GEM, is one nonprofit that has been on the ground for days now already. Now, their mission is to deliver as much aid as they can by any means necessary. A post yesterday evening announced that GEM has managed to bring over $3 million worth of aid onto the island so far, and they're not planning on slowing down anytime soon. Here to discuss their operations with me is Kimberley Bentley, Director of Emergency Response in the U.S. and Caribbean for Global Empowerment Mission. Kimberley, I appreciate you taking the time out and talking to us on Fox Weather. It's good to see you this afternoon.
Thanks for having and bringing awareness to this crisis.
Of course, yeah. Kimberley, so tell me the situation now as opposed to when you first hit the ground there last week.
Yeah, so we were here before the Melissa hit, so we could pre-position ourselves and hit the ground running and distribute aid as soon as possible, as we knew there was going to be a big impact. And so we were pre-positioned and getting all the logistics in order and able to get our aid from Kingston over to the west side of the island with some smart partnerships so that they have this as soon as possible, because there's no shortage right now.
And you know, it's incredible how much you guys have done so far for Jamaica. Can you talk us through the mobilization process? How were you able to act so quickly? What did that look like for you guys?
So again, by pre-positioning, we were able, under blue skies, to strategically put our warehouses in Kingston. And as the storm rolled through, we had already put in place our partnerships with ODPIM, which is the local emergency management and government, so that all the clearances were already done, and smart partnerships also with our local organizations, so that the trucking and everything is able to get convoys of trucks over as soon as possible. And we're no stranger to this. We've been here since Hurricane Beryl and have helped with the aid and roof repairs since then. So we were very, very familiar with the areas and where to go.
Yeah, understood. Kimberley, where's all the aid coming from? Is it stemming from donations, or did you have it in the United States?
Yeah, so our warehouse in Miami is pre-positioned year-round, but of course, with this situation, we've had an outpouring from all sorts of foundations and organizations that are super helpful in getting this down here. So, and it builds a morale that people know that there's, people all over sending aid, and they're not going to be forgotten after the headlines fade. So, it's crucial to have these smart partnerships that allow it to go further.
Absolutely.
And obviously this is still very fresh. It's just happened. What are GEM's plans in the long term to help with this recovery effort?
We are not going anywhere. We've been here since Hurricane Beryl last year, and we have hired a team here that's local to Jamaica. They know their communities intimately and are not going anywhere. So as this evolves into the first phase, the immediate needs that are so necessary with the food, the water, and the tarps, generators, solar lights, that'll evolve into the rebuilding phase and continue.
Hey, Kimberley, you're in Kingston right now. Looks like you've got a great signal. Looks like you've got power. Have you been able to go around the island and see what the other regions look like?
Oh, absolutely. So right after the hurricane, I was up in Santa Cruz and providing some footage back to the team, so we knew what we were dealing with, and reconnaissance into the roadways. And I met with some of your correspondents as well. We were all here and seeing what the impact was, and now how can we get logistics out to these areas. So the trucking's, the roadways are clear, and we've done many convoys over to Black River, the Westmoreland area. Yesterday, we offloaded a ship in the Falmouth Harbor with Royal Caribbean. So there's multiple prongs to this approach and different areas that we have got to hit through these strategic partnerships to make sure this is sustainable, because this is going to be ongoing, and there's complete devastation and decimation of these communities that it's going to get really unruly if it's not consistent. So we are providing it on an ongoing, consistent basis so that they know that there's support there.
Yeah, we keep seeing the pictures coming in, Kimberley. Is there any way our viewers can help out the situation?
Yeah, knowing that this is ongoing, and thank you for bringing awareness to this because it's people that are still sleeping, by their bathroom because that's the only little bit of cover that they have. And so, yes, we can provide the tarps and the food and everything else, but they need to rebuild their lives too. So, keeping it top of your mind and knowing that this is going to be a long-term recovery is important. And to they can go to our website, gem.org, and see the various ways that they can volunteer their time, donations, anything and everything helps.
Great. Gem.org, GEM.org. Kimberly,
Yes.
we appreciate you taking the time out, and we're going to be sticking with the story as long as you guys are as well. Thanks for taking the time and talking to us again. We'll talk to you probably soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Thank you.
great.